Hi, Chef Ryan Phillips here. I just love how every single month in Korea, we get another seasonal ingredient that turns back up in the markets. And in winter months, we get this meaty little clam that makes an impressive side dish or even a full meal. That is Kkomangmuchim. So these are kkomak. In English, they're called blood cockles, and that's because they actually have hemoglobin in their blood. Most clams don't, and so their blood is clear. What that does though, it allows them to get more oxygen from really shallow, muddy waters, which is kind of nice. It means there's no sand inside. There might be a little bit of mud though, so we're gonna have to purge these a bit. So to do that, I've got a bowl here. Put these in and pour over some water, cold water, and plenty of salt. We want to kind of mimic the sea. So mix this up, get that salt to dissolve in there evenly. We want to let these start to filter through that water and spit out any mud that might be in there. And cover it up. And then we'll put this in a cold, dark place for about 3 hours. All right, let's uncover these here. Yeah. They spit out just a bit. I can see in the bottom of the bowl here. When it comes to cooking these kkomak, I've got a few little tips for you here that are gonna help you do this like a pro. First off, starting with boiling water. All right, the first pro tip is to stir in one direction. Do not change directions. Just continuously go around in one direction to keep these cooking perfectly evenly. Now, second tip here. You really don't want to wait until all of them open up to take them out. When you start to see a few open up, and it'll only take about a minute, start taking all of them out. And then let them cool down for about 15 minutes. While our kkomak are cooling down, we're gonna make our sauce. That starts with some soy sauce here. We're gonna go in with 100 milliliters, 2 tablespoons of Korean red chili flakes, then 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. Next, we want to spice this up a little bit. I've got a spicy Korean green chili here that I want to dice up. And a couple of scallions. And dice those up as well. Just want to give this a little mix. Just give it a little taste here. Well, this is a great go-to sauce just to have with rice, but perfect with kkomak. First, I want to plate up the side dish style of Kkomangmuchim. Super easy. We're just gonna open up a few of these. Now, I like to remove it and then just place it back in. That way it's real easy for people to eat later. I'm just gonna set it in the half shell in a little dish. Now, if you get one that's not open yet, you can take a spoon and just stick it in there in that hinge and twist it and it pops right open, super easy. Again, we'll just flip it in the shell and lay it in our dish. This really was one of my first favorite banchan or side dishes in Korea. If you go to any of the street markets, the traditional Korean street markets, you're gonna see this side dish available with a million others, but this was one of the first that I would grab and fell in love with this because of this sauce and the meaty clam. And last but not least, just a few toasted sesame seeds to garnish. And done, Kkomangmuchim banchan. Now, while I love the side dish, I even love the full meal of this dish even more. And to do that, we just need a few more ingredients. We're gonna start with a little bit of Spanish onion or red onion, maybe about a quarter or so. Gonna just julienne this up a bit. Next, a couple of more scallions. Let's put all of that into our sauce here. And one more ingredient. For now, we've got some minced garlic, 1 tablespoon. Let's mix this up really well. To make this into a Kkomakbibimbap, we need a few other ingredients. And one of those is one of my favorite greens here in Korea. It's called meaty, and you may have heard of it. It translates as water drop parsley, but I think it's more of like a watercress, if you ask me. It's very bright. I hope you can find it. If not, there are some substitutes, maybe parsley or watercress. Got about 50 grams here. Just gonna roughly chop this up. Next, we have just some beautiful red leaf lettuce, which is super common here in Korea. And I'm just gonna cut this into ribbon. Just one more. We've got our seasoned laver. I've got 3 of these little sheets here, and I just wanna dice those up. Beautiful. We need to get all of our kkomak, or these lovely cockles, into our sauce with the onions. Again, the hinge, pop, and then drop them right in. Growing up in Texas, I kind of thought that all clams were the same. And I feel so fortunate, really, now to live in Korea all this time and have learned that they're definitely not all the same. And these are truly special. Let's mix this up pretty well here. I can't wait. I gotta try one of these. I really hope you can find these cockles. They're so good. Okay, let's build our dish. We've got some steamed rice here. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Now, let's get a few of our kkomak and our onions and sauce. Yep. Now let's get our water parsley or meaty on here, and some of our shredded lettuce, and the seasoned laver. And one final touch, just a nice little garnish of toasted sesame seeds. There we go, Kkomakbibimbap. I want to start with the banchan or the side dish. These are so lovely to serve to your friends this way. Just beautiful. But let's try the bibimbap as well. I'm gonna mix up just a little bit of this here. The perfect bite here. This beautiful brightness from that meaty, the water parsley. But my favorite, absolute favorite, is the texture of the kkomak when it's cooked perfectly. You really gotta try these. Kkomakbibimbap for the win.